Well, howdy there, folks. This is Esper the Completed, coming to you with a very special game against our guest, that mill guy. We're going to start off here with the deck tech. Deck I'm playing today is going to be Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. This is going to be a Rakdos Madness style of list. Asmo herself is a 3/3. As long as I've discarded a card this turn, I can pay a split Rakdos mana to cast her. If you'll note, she doesn't actually have a mana cost, so I need to have discarded to be able to play her. When she enters, I go and find the Underworld Cookbook and put it in my hand. This is a card that lets me discard a card to make a food token. Got a little bit of flavor text on top of that. As well, she can sacrifice 2 foods to have target creature deal 6 to itself, acting as a sort of removal. Around this, we've got a shell made out of a lot of great discard synergies, with cards like Fear of Missing Out, being a Delirium payoff and enabler. Kroxa, a great card to throw in the graveyard. Cards with Madness, like Anje's Ravager, and Fiery Temper, which are great cards if you've discarded them for some free value. As well, some cards like Squee and Reanimate to really pay you off. Baked into this, we have the general sort of removal. We've got Fatal Push, Inquisition of Kozilek, Lightning Bolt, Anoint with Affliction, and personal favorite of mine, Collective Brutality. As well, a spicy little package in Goblin Engineer, which can entomb an artifact, and Phyrexian Dragon Engine. It's a double strike 2/2, and when it enters, I can discard my hand to draw 3 cards. That's if it enters in any form, so if it is reanimated or unearthed, I will also draw 3 cards. If it's entombed by the engineer, and then engineer dies, I can just pay 5 and bring it back. I can discard it to other effects and bring it back later. This one is a pretty great piece of tech. On top of all that, we've got an Urza's Saga hiding out here in the mana base as a backup plan to really go with that cookbook to produce a lot of beaters. Over in our sideboard here, we've got some Red Blasts, a Dystopia, some Moons, standout Big Game Hunter in case we run into a deck where that'll have hits. And that should about wrap this deck tech up. Let's get into those games. Alrighty. Starting out here on round 1, we've lost the die roll, and it seems like we're going to be playing against Acererak the Archlich. This is generally a sort of mono-black control, mono-black combo sort of list. This first hand is going to be pretty weak, especially having the cookbook is a downside. 1 land isn't great. He's mulliganing to 6. I will as well. Alright, they're going to keep 6. Now this is a interesting hand. The Raucous Theater gives us an additional looks. So we have 3 draws to hit land 2. And if we do, we have Fear of Missing Out, Inti, Bowmasters. I think I am going to keep this, if it is a little risky. I think I'm going to bottom this this Fiery Temper here. We're going to see a basic Swamp and a pass. We're going to get that Theater down. Graveyard a Lightning Bolt. First 2 looks have been misses. That's not great. We did find a Nethergoyf off the top, though, so that's at least a threat. We're going to see a Heartless Summoning. That one lets Acererak be cast for just 1 mana, which is a big part of that combo. And we do not hit the land. That is pretty unfortunate. We're just going to get the Nethergoyf down and see if we can get back into this. We're going to see an Acererak cast. This is generally going to enter the Lost Mine of Phandelver, I believe. Yes. And this is going to let them scry 1. The actual kill here is if they can keep casting Acererak, who keeps going back to their hand after each cast. they'll be able to run through the dark pool to drain me out. And not going for the Fungi Cavern, which could shrink my Nethergoyf, basically no matter the size it grows to, but it's not threatening much damage right now. Going to the last chamber of the Mine of Phandelver to draw. We're gonna miss on that land again. That's pretty rough. We're gonna cast out the Spell Bomb and just swing in for 1. Just gonna take down our Nethergoyf. Crack the Spell Bomb to grow it, but it'd still be a 2/3. I see an Emperor of Bones. Emperor of Bones is gonna probably eat our Nethergoyf here. Yep. They can't really put that card into play under their control. Is that would just put it back into my graveyard for me. We're gonna see another Acererak cast, get another Scry 1. Okay, we've now actually found a land. So that'll let us Fatal Push this turn. We're going to see an Inquisition. We're just going to cast this out now. I suspect this will take the Fear of Missing Out. So that's the card that lets us get back in this the best. If they don't, we've got a pretty great turn with that lined up. And it'll take our Bowmasters instead. And we'll see a Cabal Therapy. That one will take the Fear. Imagine an Acererak cast will let them make a Goblin, which would let them flash back the Therapy on us. We're going to see the Acererak cast. Getting that Goblin. Imagine this is either taking Inti or Fable on the Cabal Therapy flash. Oh, right, they don't get a Goblin because of the Heartless Summoning. We see another Acererak cast. Draining us 1. Cracking the pedal for an Acererak cast to draw a card now. Sending it back to us. Finding a Goblin Engineer. I think getting Inti down is going to be better for us to start seeing more cards. We see another land drop, losing the City of Traders. Seeing a Fatal Push on Inti. And an Acererak cast. We're going to find land 3. That's a great hit. We can now go grab our Badlands and get this Fable down. Start really changing things. So here we're really seeing the actual value side of Acererak, where it is here mostly to combo. If you have a Heartless Summoning or some other effect, 1 mana Venture into the Dungeon is pretty strong on its own. Because no non-Acererak creatures have been cast this game. All the damage I've taken has just been from the Dark Pool and 1 fetch land. We're going to get rid of a Rootwalla and our Nettle Cyst here. We're just going to cast this Rootwalla. We're going to cast our Commander. We'll go find our Underworld Cookbook. Shock in a Blood Crypt. Get our Goblin Engineer down. Entomb our Dragon Engine. Get our Underworld Cookbook. And start attacking. Meathook Massacre is going to be pretty good here. That'll clean this board up. We will return Asmo to the command zone. We'll go back up a ton of life. But we do still have this Dragon Engine looming in the graveyard. About ready to come back. This Seasoned Pyromancer is going to be some pretty great value. We're just going to discard this Verdant Catacombs to get food here. Finding Marsh Flats off the top, not bad. We'll play that out. And we'll get this Seasoned Pyromancer down. Pick up a few cards. I think with that, we'll just cast our Commander back out. Oh, right, we've not actually discarded. Yeah, we can activate the Cookbook, discarding a Great Furnace to do that. Enchanters, we can try to search and fail. And we now have Asmo's ability to actually kill things. We're going to see a Wasteland. We're going to see that pointed at our creature land. Makes sense. We're going to see our Goblin Anointed. We're going to see an Acererak Scry. Forgot to turn off auto yields. We're going to have Acererak that sticks to itself. It can still be recast for just a couple of mana. But this will spend some mana on the loop. And this deck doesn't actually play many creatures. Going into our turn. We're going to find an Arid Mesa off the top. We're just going to play out this Urza's Saga. We're going to discard our Arid Mesa. And we're going to bring back this Dragon Engine. We're going to pick up 3 cards. Finding a Reanimate, a Bloodghast, and a Boggart Trawler. That's not bad. The Dragon Engine is going to exile itself. But being able to reanimate our... Oh, we're going to actually see a Thoughtseize instead. I imagine this is taking Reanimate over our Boggart Trawler. And we are going to find a regular land off the top. That means we can just discard this Bloodghast, play that land, get back Bloodghast. Tap a couple of lands, play our Boggart Trawler, exile their graveyard. And we can get a Construct on this turn. Now we're pushing some serious damage. We're going to see a Gemstone Caverns and a Sib-Sig Ceremony. So this is another Heartless Summoning effect. Where it's gonna have, there's going to be 2 effects that try to happen to Acererak. They've stacked the Acererak trigger first, so it's going to be destroyed and they'll get a zombie. Acererak's going to go to the command zone. We're going to see a Diabolic Intent. That card can grab the actual combo piece or a Wrath here. I would not be shocked if that's just a Toxic Deluge. There's the Relic of Legends. That's the combo piece. So currently, Acererak is going to cost... It would be a 7, I believe? Yes, it's been cast from the command zone twice. So I don't believe they can go right now. We got a bit lucky here with Relic being in the bottom chunk of the deck, but you know, a bit unlucky with that starting land count. And here in the end step, we're gonna make a construct. We're going to find a DRC off the top. We're just going to make another construct. Find our currency converter. We're just going to discard our DRC. Put it into our converter. Make another food. And we're just going to attack for lethal.
Yo, the comeback! The comeback! Yo, see, I could not find my Relic of Legends!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, starting off on I had 3 looks at the second land. If I did, the fear of missing out would come down and probably solve things. I just could not find it for like 5 turns.
Oh my god,
but
that
fate,
was...
Fate pays me back by not giving you the Relic. Just at all.
That was so good. I think I bottom decked like 10 cards at the end of it or something. It was going crazy. But I realized where I messed up. I accidentally clicked play on the MDFC instead of cast. If I cast that, I think I could have Diabolic Intented sooner. Like there would have been a line,
Yeah.
but the Asmo having innate removal in the food is like really annoying.
It
So
really
there is
is.
that.
It's
Yeah.
If,
So
a nice thing about Asmo is that if she gets going, I just never tap out of removal again.
yeah, exactly. That's the fear I have. So
Yeah.
I think I have some cards to bring in. I don't know how
I'm
much,
not
but there
sure
are
how much I
cards.
have, yeah. Probably some.
Okay, so I guess the way we got to do this. Okay, let's drop that. Probably that. Yo, honestly, where's that damn enchantment contamination that was in my hand for years? To get rid of that, and then I think that's 4 cards. Okay, and then what did I want to bring in? Where was it? I think it was at least this. Probably yes. That's funny. Maybe probably not that. Wait. Actually, wait. 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 There's something funny here. Hold on. There might be something funny here. Yo, wait. This might work. Yo, okay, all right. There's a 5th card I'm bringing in. It actually will work. I didn't even take that in. All right. Hold on. That's actually funny. I gotta take out one more card though. Damn. I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. But that comeback was crazy. I was like, no, the board is amassing. And I was like, with the meat hook, I was like, do I need to do this now or
that
earlier?
Meat hook off the top was definitely scary. I'm just glad that the Wasteland was pointed at my Hive of the Eye Tyrant instead of the Saga.
Yeah, I was like, because the Saga came after, and I was like, oh Lord, and I was like, at least I need to get the Hive because it's a clock, and then you play Saga, and I'm like, I deserve this.
Yeah, here comes the much worse clock that is multiple like 6/6s.
Let's see here. Let's bring this in. For everyone watching this on YouTube right now, someone tell me if I don't open up on this card, like if I, okay, what? Is that not how you spell this card? Hold on. What? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, Moto, come on. The search not working for me there. I think I'll bring this in. Yeah. Right. Come on, there can't be too many cards of that name. There you go. And then this will be important. Wait a second. There's no Urza Saga in this list? I feel like that's a mistake. Well, okay, actually it's not needed. All right, hold on. I might be talking out of my butt. There's no need for an Urza Saga. It would just be nice for this artifact. But oh well.
You're not here. Yeah, you're not here to kill me with damage.
Yeah, not like that. Well, it's even for like just the tutor package. Like there it is, the damage is relevant, but do I actually need anything more than this? I might be overboarding. But maybe oh wait, no, this just makes sense. Yes, okay. All right, hold on. Okay. All right. We're not going to bring in one card, we're going to bring in this one. That just makes sense. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready.
All right, here into round 2. Our sideboard has been taking out a few of our removal spells that don't work, Ghostfire Slice and Fiery Temper, and bringing in Big Game Hunter, which will take down Acererak at that instant speed with our cookbook, and bringing in Disruptor Flute, just make that Acererak cost a lot more. We're going to be on the draw. This is going to be a pretty non-functional hand, so we're going to mull that. They're going down to 5. We're going to see a pretty decent one with 2 lands, Bowmaster's Flute. We're going to keep this, and I think we're going to put away the Lightning Axe. We don't need that yet. We're going to see a Nethergoyf. We're going to find a swamp off the top. We're just going to get this Arid Mesa down and pass it. Blazing Rootwalla we'd much rather discard later to get the free 1/1 rather than just casting it. So we're just going to hold that for a minute. We're going to see no attack out of a 0/1 Nethergoyf. We're going to go grab our Surveil land. And we'll keep a Faithless Looting. We're going to cast that. Move a few cards around. We'll dump the Rootwalla for sure. It's going to be one of these swamps. Madness trigger. We're going to get that Rootwalla into play. Play out our Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And we're going to cast our commander. Centers, we're going to go find the Underworld Cookbook, even though it's already in our hand. Asmo's going to go down. We're going to send her back to the command zone. We're going to fail to find. And we'll pass it back. In our turn, we can play Saga, get the Underworld Cookbook down, and hold up Flute and Bowmasters. Ooh, that's pretty scary. Reanimate's going to be a nice draw if we can get this Barrowgoyf off board. Reanimating that one's pretty great. We are going to get the cookbook down. We're going to see a Petal. We are just going to jump in this Bowmasters. Poke the Barrowgoyf. They have one card in hand. I think let's risk it. Let's see if we can take this Barrowgoyf down. Cracking for a white man is a good sign. Going to damage. And Barrowgoyf is in the graveyard. We're going to see a Preacher of the Schism. That's pretty good. Got our Saga trigger. Lightning Axe is going to be a pretty great draw. We'll get this swamp down. We'll reanimate that Barrowgoyf. If Preacher of the Schism attacks, then it's not blocking and we don't mind too much. If it doesn't attack, we can Lightning Axe it on our turn and make a construct, while still keeping up this Disruptor Flute. We're going to see an Acererak cast. They're going to take that Scry 1. Yep, finding that lost mine of Fandelver. We're going to see no attack. We're just going to make one of those constructs. Going into our turn. We're going to find a polluted delta off the top. That's fine. We're just going to make a colorless here. Are we? Because if I make a construct, I can still hold up Flute. I don't think they can win this turn even with perfect draws. So I think it's fine to make another construct this turn. We'll go grab our currency converter for that value. We're gonna Lightning Axe this Preacher of the Schism, discarding a land. We're going to exile that land into our converter. Immediately convert that into a treasure. Growing our construct. Now we are attacking for 11. That's going to go straight to damage. We're going to gain 6 life, get a Barrogoyf trigger, mill over 6 cards. And Carnage Interpreter looks pretty great on this board. I think that'll be a good one to grab. Especially because it makes 4 clues to make these constructs massive. And we've taken it. Just that raw beating power crushing down.
Brutal start. Brutal.
I had to take a bit of a risk trading 3 guys into that Barrogoyf, but once that was off board with my reanimate in hand.
It was a good call. The reanimate, I think, was pretty much where I lost that one. Yep. So I'll tell you what, you won the match. Are you down to run it back? I need to run it back with this deck. I won. So just one more game, maybe not a full 2 out of 3. You want it fair and square. I gotta take the L, but I want to try this deck out one more time.
Yeah, I should be good for that, especially since that one
was. Let's go. Post-board, just.
You got it.
Perfect. One more game.
Slam it
Let me create the lobby. Same thing. Post-board.
Yeah. Just showing off the power of getting a Barrogoyf in.
Right? Turns out, I mean, hey, that was the most legacy play I've ever seen. So that was a good one. That was a good one. I'll give it to you.
Bowmaster to trade with Barrogoyf, reanimate Barrogoyf. Yeah, that's the Demir classic.
God. Hey, that's the high power gameplay that exists here. So I gotta show love to it. So all right, let's mute ourselves. I guess I'm going first.
Yep.
I should be going first. Okay. All right, we're good here. Good luck on this one. I'm hoping to at least put up a fight. Even if I lose, I'm hoping to put up a fight. The last one was a blowout.
we had a
all right, good luck.
We had a strong back and forth game 1 at least. Yeah.
Right. No, fair enough. All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Here in our 3rd game, we're going to be seeing a pretty decent hand. We got 3 lands. Something standing in as a land. We do sort of need to find some threats, but we have a redraw. This will work. As well, into this mono-black control deck, I think Unearth is going to be pretty good. See a turn 1 basic Swamp Pass. Finding a Fatal Push is nice. That's good into a Acererak. We're going to get our Delta down, and probably just fetch our Surveil land. See if we can find something to do. We're going to see a Turok. That's pretty strong. Especially when it triggers on any discard from us, which there's a good amount. Finding a basic mountain. We're just going to get this Spell Bomb down. It's mostly just here to redraw. Our life total doesn't really matter here. So I think here in the end step, if we don't have to cast this push, we're just going to take the Spell Bomb for a redraw. Seeing a Graveyard Trespasser is pretty scary. That's a good card. Gonna eat our Hive. Take that draw. Interesting. So what I would like to do is discard Big Game Hunter to kill Turok at some point. So that means we can use this Fatal Push on the Graveyard Trespasser. So what I'm going to do is get this Marsh Flats down. Cast out our Fear of Missing Out. Gotta actually tap mana, right? We're gonna just discard this Boggart Trawler, take a redraw. Carnage Interpreter's pretty good. going to see an Anoint on our Fear of Missing Out. Actually, we could have cast Asmo during that, and Fatal pushed the Trespasser, discarding Big Game Hunter. That probably was a better move. We're going to see a Winter Moon. That's certainly a scary one. We're just going to crack this Marshalax to get a basic Swamp. Finding a Converter off the top. We're going to play out a Mountain. We're going to dash this Ragavan. Kraken for 2. Stealing a Diabolic Intent off the top. I don't think we need to cast that, but it's good to have. Here in our end step, we're going to set a stop. We're going to pick up our Ragavan to dash, which does give us Revolt to cast Fatal Push on this Graveyard Trespasser, triggering Ward. We will discard Big Game Hunter. Madness trigger goes under the Turok because active player, non-active player. Turok grows. Madness. We will cast this for a black mana. I will take out the Turok. We're going to see a Lotus Petal. We're going to see a Sib-Sig Ceremony. That's one of those combo pieces with the Acererak. And we're going to see a Acererak. Let's see. It's being stacked to bounce a Acererak instead of giving them a zombie. They're going to enter the Mine of Phandelver. Oh, is that how this works? Okay. So Sib-Sig Ceremony is going to give them a zombie in addition to everything else. So that this loop is now paying 1 mana to create a 2/2 and venture into the dungeon, which is pretty great. So now that, because of the Mine of Phandelver giving them a treasure that time, they're going to be able to make 3 zombies this turn. So we're going to need something pretty great to actually get through this. I think we will shock in this Blood Crypt, get our Ragavan in, get a currency converter in, and we're just going to cast out our Carnage Interpreter. So that'll discard our Unearth, but give us a bunch of treasures. And we can now make a zombie out of that. And we can also cast our commander. Go finding our Underworld Cookbook. Now, as much as we did, they're getting a lot of free zombies here. And while we've got some creatures that are bigger than zombies, this is not an easy loop to break out of. They're going to immediately Thoughtseize our Underworld Cookbook. We're going to see an Acererak, and we're going to see the zombies continue. We don't play any Wraths in our deck, and we don't really play Enchantment Hate either. So, Disruptor Flute off the top of this turn might be able to get us out of it. But if not, we might just be far too behind to this wave of zombies. Especially since they don't actually have to attack. They can just rest back into this dark pool and drain us out. Because we are only at 5 life now, after that early aggressive start. Gonna be able to make a rogue here. Finding a DRC, that doesn't help too much. We're gonna crack one of these clues. Nethergoyf also doesn't do too much. Let's get a few cards down, see if we can't fight back maybe another turn. May as well send Ragavan in. It's gonna trade with a zombie either way. We're going to see a Meat Hook Massacre for 2. That'll deal 1 damage to us for each zombie here, and that'll kill us. Bunch of creatures will die. All these triggers kill us. And that'll wrap it up.
Yo, Esper, hold on.
There's
hold on.
There's
First of
that
all,
game.
Can I shout out the craziest play you made? I loved it. I was just raving about it. So, hold on. Yo, Ragavan dashed in, triggers Revolt on end step, Fatal Push, discard a card off Ward. Ward makes my other creature big enough to Big Game Hunter. Esper, you're a GOAT. That was insane. I love that.
Big Game Hunter is one of my like favorite sideboard cards for this deck.
Yo, Esper, I'm actually screaming. Like, I want to shout that out so much more. That was so good. Like, actually, I'm like virtually bowing down to you. That was great. That's literally what Magic is meant to be. Absolutely. I'm smiling ear to ear. That was such a great play.
Plays like that are what make Tiny Leaders such a fun place to be, because it's so wide open. You can play so many cards. That truly. Where else are you gonna have Big Game Hunter discarded to a Ward trigger to kill Torok?
Oh, premium. And you know what? That's like also just a showcase of Eternal Magic in general. I feel like so many people, like, they don't reach that potential in Commander. They might just be playing like Pioneer Modern. Like, this is what you get when you just like have some of the greatest collection of random funky cards that like are only specifically playable in an Eternal Magic context. Like, all those cards are Modern legal. All those cards are Modern legal, but they are specifically playable in an Eternal context, and it's so good. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
That was so good. And also,
I didn't realize that Sibsig Ceremony with the Acererak will just let you bounce it, also make a zombie. That's very powerful.
Yes, and so this is why I'm so happy I did this third game, because I messed that up in my last game. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, there has to be a reason why this is good. And then I thought back to it, I'm like, wait, 2 triggers went on the stack. I just ordered them wrong. I'm pretty sure I could have mounted a comeback last game. I'm pretty sure I could have. And then I just, like, I didn't think about that. That I could have just kept making, like, zombie tokens as blockers. But I'm happy I got to showcase it. You still won it fair and square. Your game 2 was insane. That was an overwhelming board. But I thought the Turok was great naturally. Absolutely. And the card that I was having fun with in terms of like, oh wow, this actually might be funny to board in was Chalice, because Chalice on 0 is
Chalice on 0 shut down Commander. Yeah. I don't think you saw it, but my I think my best sideboard card for this matchup is Disruptor Flute. That one just putting it on a Acererak.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Negate one of one of the cheapeners.
No. That literally, just undo one of them. Forcing me to play another one.
I'll make you pay 4
instead of 1. I actually really like this Acererak deck. Sorry, go on. Say that again.
Yeah, just make you pay 4 instead of 1 under a Heartless Summoning.
Oh yeah. Just make it painful.
At that end, definitely at the end. I think at a top deck, Disruptor Flute was my only out at that point.
Yes. I think so. Like, just slowing me down in some way, make me only make like
if
one
it's
zombie
one
a turn.
Zombie a turn venture once, I can beat that with a Carnage Interpreter.
Yeah. One thing I don't know, I gotta play this deck against more matchups, obviously, but I feel like my Acererak deck needs potentially more tutors and less prison pieces, but maybe I'm like not understanding the full scope of like every other matchup. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah.
But oh well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Esper, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me and showcasing such a sweet Asmo discard deck. Of course, discard strategies are going to be really good. The value is insane. Asmo food is there. Do you have any closing thoughts on TLR, on your deck, anything that we matched up against? Go for it.
Well, I think this was a great, fun matchup. We had a sort of aggro slanted discard deck into a control slanted combo deck that worked out really well. There was a good back and forth. I was very happy with how my deck performed this time. This is one of the ones I've usually got cooking in my back pocket.
Right.
Yeah, this was a really fun matchup. I think this went very well.
Yeah, and also shout out to the fact that, as you mentioned, it was a brew. I think I took a bit of a net deck. I copied off of some of the things that were going on in the Discord, but this was something that you made up yourself. So again, just showcasing, yes, creativity does go the mile. You can do some crazy things with crazy cards.
Yep, there's definitely a ton of space still in this format. A lot of things that are a bit underexplored. This list here, I'm pretty much one of the only people that have been working on it. It's been out there. All these cards are there. All these cards are good.
Yeah. They're all good, and especially in different combinations, in different contexts. The singleton nature of it, like, makes it so explosive. Like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then all of a sudden, like you top deck to something, you're like, wait, hold on, I can cook here. Like, there's something completely different I might be able to do.
With as much crazy stuff that as much crazy stuff happened, we didn't even see my Transformer Flamewar Brash Veteran.
Oh god. No need. No, you beat me enough. You beat me enough, Esper. You beat me down enough. I was able to steal one game off of you unofficially. All right.
Yeah. No, this was a great set.
Look,
thanks for playing.
No, I appreciate it, Esper. Thank you for joining me. No, I look forward to more. I think this Acererak deck is like, even though I like my build decks, this is going to be the deck I think I try and innovate on. This one I'm a big fan of. But yeah, I appreciate you helping me unknowingly in this direction. So thank you for joining me for the games itself, and I look forward to more games with you and more brews.
Absolutely.
More brews. I look forward to it.
On to the wrap-up here. I'm very happy with how this deck performed. All the cards seemed to pull their weight to me. Some of the removal spells were a little wonky into this strange matchup, but we had sideboard pieces that worked. Big Game Hunter definitely pulled its weight. Reanimate really pulled its weight, getting a Barrogoyf into play. Carnage Interpreter showed off its potential a lot. Fable the Mirror Breaker was pretty great. All the cards in this deck did very well. I was pretty happy with this Saga package of just 3 cards. Neil Spellbound wasn't quite the perfect card in this matchup, but it's always a redraw. And I just really like having a piece of graveyard hate out of Saga. Currency Converter was great. Our Fear of Missing Out was great. All the cards here performed their role pretty excellently. And we really flexed the power of Urza's Saga with pressure. That's this deck. This deck performed pretty well overall. Asmo Discard Food is a perfectly viable deck in our meta. And I'm hoping to see all of you over on our Discord. Stay tiny, folks.